In the hours after unprecedented events that have shaken the nations of late, I have been doing my research, and now that I have little information that can be of helpful to unravel the matter, if it is not all. But there are numerous questions lingering in the minds of Kenyans. So the problem with most aircraft crash in Kenya and the investigation going forward, that there are no witnesses. And if at all there has to be a witness, most of them are military personnel, you know. And you always know that a trained military never give speculative information. Most of the time, they will keep quiet and to stop being implicated going forward. And that is a bizarre. The witness say when the helicopter took off, it was already making strange noises. You see, there is a lot of many problems and mistake about that strange noise. You see, before the takeoff, there are various checkups which could have been done to ensure the aircraft can take off or not to take off. You know, but the problem is the chopper took off with myriads of problems amid strange noise that was coming from an helicopter. You know, that one again is strange. The good thing or the standard is checkups must always be checked with a checklist to always notify the mistake and abort the takeoff. But in this case, it was neglected. So strange. The strange noises heard by the eyewitness suggest that possible problems that would have easily been detected before takeoff and be aborted. But in this case, all of it were not taken into consideration. So speculative, and it raises an eyebrow. In this particular scenario, there are only two possibilities, which again are so strange and also likely to have contributed to this kind of problems. One, the chopper took off despite the strange noises. That's why every time there must be checkup so that in case of any technicality or technical itches and glitch, the mission and the takeoff must be aborted. But in this case, they knew it, the noises could be heard, but they abandoned it. That one again raises a lot of questions. The second possibility, which also suspicious one, the chopper gained the requisite height and tried to gain the momentum into the sky. And again, the strange noises continued, and that alone further raised speculation. So strange. And the second witness say that the chopper never gained too much height into the sky. The noises changes and the rotor stops rotating and it continued flying far away so fastly as if it was going to make an emergency landing, and it landed just next near them to the farm, and it was a bang. As at that point, the eyewitnesses realized something is very wrong. When the helicopter crashed down into their farmland and caught fire. Now, you see, from this point, we don't want to speculate things because this is a fact I'm giving out according to the eyewitnesses. You know, that is what they say. And immediately when that happened, an eyewitness contacted a military officer who is a friend, whom he called, and they were advised to continue rescuing the officers in the aircraft, the fallen soldiers. And some of the fallen soldiers, as per that time, are you there? When the high witnesses brave in the heat, break the windscreen, and try to remove all of them. And at the end, all of them were removed. And at that particular time, most of them were breathing, others were talking, but the only thing they couldn't realize, they couldn't identify them by name or by face because they had already been burnt. On the floor of the National Assembly, at about 3:30 p.m., the legislator, Millie Odhiambo, disrupted the debate and sought for an inquiry from the Speaker about the safety of the General Ogola, and further clarifications were made about the crash. So strange explanation from the leader of majority, that is Kimani Ichung'wah, responded fiercely, though instructive according to how he was putting it. He said that the information is true as per the social media. So the safety of the occupants itself, including that one of General Ogola, is not known as per now. He doesn't want to appear so speculative that they are waiting for information. Simply means by the opening of his statement that all this is all that I can say looks so strange and looks so instructive that he was being instructed from a source never to give too much information, yet it was all already been known that the General Ogola is no more. Are you there? And again, the strange thing that happened thereafter, what happened in the Twitter, there are some government operatives who took it to the social media to start diverting attention that all is well with Ogola, that Ogola's body has been taken to the RTS for treatment, something that was so awful to be done. So the questions that people are asking, why was the military helicopter taking off from the Wilson Airport than usually not taking off from the Isili airbase where the military choppers are, where the checks could be done and that mission be aborted? Such kind of takeoffs usually happens at the aircraft base, which is based at the Isili airbase. So the fact that it took off from an airport raises further suspicion. Now, you see, just by a simple fact that the commander of the defense forces is a member of the National Security Council, the top organ of security of the country, you know, that alone makes a lot of problems, and that alone makes it so difficult. By the scenario, the whole saga as unfolded. You know, the highest security organ in the country, that is General Ogola, and that Security Council is being chaired by the president, which means the president knew all this, which the president had to know the itinerary of Ogola. And again, in this top security, national security organ, a lot of government secret and a lot of operatives is known to president and is known to Ogola, which means Ogola was in the bank and in the middle of all this kind of secret and bizarre. You know, and the person heading the security forces is General Ogola. That alone speaks a lot. And General Ogola in a helicopter trapped in a bandit infested area. That is very strange. Even if it is an accident, let's say it raises a remorseful questions that no one will ever unravel and answer. Why would you even think of even going to bandit infested area, very dangerous place? That again exposes the National Security Council, which is the top organ of the country. You know, and again, the reactions of Kenyans are predictable as always, because no ordinary Kenyans will tell you that that kind of an accident was just an ordinary one. No, this one was strange. This one was not ordinary indeed. Just by the fact that this government is facing numerous and numerous kind of problems. Number one, it's unstable government facing up and coupling up with the issues of legitimacy arising from election. Number two, according to what happened also with the military in Turkana, that a uniformed military was ransacked by the Kenya police, butchered, humiliated in the media. And what followed next is the statement also from the KDF, Kenya Defense Forces, supporting the military man, that saying they never even involved in such crime, that that was just a trap to further humiliate the military man. And such kind of event happened, and later the aircraft crashed. The aircraft crashed. You know, guys, these are what we call the unprecedented happenings in our country right now. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.
Romeo India Papa. Joey.